Considering that I'm laying on the asphalt right now, crash out. That's what the kids are saying, right? You're in the right place. Everything is in the fucking dumpster, as are you, by the way. This is actually, in fact, what I talk about in my book. Just climb this mountain and then lost it all, but it's also very empowering. 2 years ago, I was riding pretty high. I had gone to New York after college and basically built everything from zero and just hustled my way. Bartending that led to the Equinox training that led to the tech work. And I traveled all over the world and I had lots of good friendships and I was in extremely good health. I mean, I'm still in pretty good health and pretty good shape. And I was making really good money, and I also hustled my way into that job. I got hired for a position that most people hold, like a master, like an MBA, that kind of stuff. So I felt like I had a leg to stand on, basically. Whereas now, it almost feels a little hypocritical to be in such a point of despair and just about to release a book that it took the better part of 2 years to write. That's basically giving people advice when I'm in such a state that I just had the worst, arguably one of the worst days of my life the other day, all things considered. I was in a bit of a bind, but then I started thinking about it more. As I was watching the video and I was editing the video, I realized that the other videos that I have been making for my Play Like a Champion, Sleep Like a Baby channel, I realized that those videos they felt like they were just missing something. I realized from my current position that actually it's an incredible opportunity for a narrative arc. I kind of build everything up just through my own determination and hustle and resilience and resourcefulness. And then just as everything is looking like it's gonna be great, finally, like it's all paying off, everything just gets worse and worse until I crash out. That's what the kids are saying, right? I basically bottom out. And in the moment that I bottom out, I made this very raw video just telling it how it is. And now there's this incredible opportunity for me to come from the floor where I am, build myself back up to even a better position than I even was in prior, using some of the stuff I talk about in the book. I think I kind of bounced off the bottom because now I actually feel really invigorated, partially because of that video and partially because of this realization that now I have this incredible opportunity to build myself from the basement, basically. In fact, not even from zero, it feels like less than zero, especially because of my health concerns and now having been out of work for better part of 2 years. And I'm older than I've ever been, obviously, as are you, by the way. And I can just climb this mountain in front of you, whoever you happen to be. And it's also an experiment in a way for me because it's the most open and raw that I've probably ever been. And particularly with social media, which obviously people usually only post the good parts of what's happening to them on places like LinkedIn and Instagram and Facebook. For the most part, I would say 99% of the time, I'm so happy to finally announce blah, blah, blah. It's curated. And of course, this is still curated in a way, but I don't know too many people that are coming online and saying, hey, my life sucks right now, you know? And that I'm actually not even gonna wait until I've figured it all out to be honest about that. And I'm willing to kind of build in public, as it were, rebuild my life and myself into this new vision that I have that is extremely compelling for me, impactful for hopefully the world, and that will actually really, truly make everything fit into place. You know, I thought that a couple of years ago things were fitting into place, but I still knew at that time that there was a disconnect. There were still things, while I had that job that I was making 160 grand a year, and I had healthcare, and I had my nice apartment with the nice view over Zilker Park and Barton Springs and all that. I was excited for that, and I was excited to be getting back into comedy, but I still felt this disconnect gap between what I was doing for work and what I knew I wanted to be doing and what I felt like I could really bring to the world. All of that to say, considering how much of a hill this is to climb, I actually feel really great. I actually feel really hopeful. I feel really empowered and invigorated and rejuvenated, despite how on paper and objectively everything is in the fucking dumpster. But at least now, rather than just kind of trying to machete hack my way up the mountain, it feels like I have this path that I'm getting ready to, I'm on a bulldozer, and I'm getting ready to just bulldoze my way, you know, clear cut up the path and create my own trail. But I know exactly where I'm going and how to get there and exactly what I need to do, and I know that it's going to work. One of these few things, in fact, honestly, probably more than one, but at least one is going to click, and then the other dominoes are going to fall. So If you're interested in seeing someone who had to claw their way to any type of consistency and stability and financial success and career, and then lost it all over a very short period of time, and is now at his absolute lowest and is making a solemn swear, a promise, a covenant basically, that I am going to share the raw, real truth and hopefully use that to inspire other people and build a business in the process and make the stuff I talk about in my book that much more legitimate and convincing, change the course of my life. If that's something that you're interested in, then you're in the right place. And I feel unequivocally like I'm in the right place right now, which sounds and seems insane to me, considering that I'm laying on the asphalt right now. Yeah, it's crazy. I do feel like I'm completely in alignment right now. For anyone who's never felt that before, this is actually, in fact, what I talk about in my book, that when the chips are down and the stakes are high, that you will find faculties that you didn't know that you have, that you will shift into a gear that you didn't know you had, and that you end up with discipline and focus and a level of determination that you didn't know was possible until you found the right thing. And some people, they live such comfortable lives that they have to create stakes. Other people are forced into situations of high stakes, but unfortunately they're not even aware of how to capitalize on it because they're too disconnected from themselves. And a lot of that comes from how we've all been raised, from the media, from institutions of religion, or from schools and family that are very disconnected themselves. In a way, hitting rock bottom gives you the tools needed to connect with yourself entirely, because you have nothing else. You have nothing left. You have nothing external to connect to or to hold on to. You have nothing external to hold your hat on. You have only yourself. When you're in that position, it's incredibly scary, intimidating, disappointing, and confusing, but it's also very empowering. It's a lot of what I discuss in the book. I'm glad to be in the situation that I'm in. I'm very grateful for all of it, honestly, as crazy as that sounds. And I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for this opportunity, for this moment, and this project. I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to play like a champion so I can sleep like a baby. And I hope the same for you.